Hi, my name is Mayhemstar, and welcome back to Do Not Take This Cat Home. Apologies for the previous episode. I didn't talk very much, but it's been a long time since I've been so taken by a game, and I'm just so intrigued. Like, what could happen next? Stay or leave? Leave. You really can't afford to take the cat home with you. Well, maybe it wouldn't be completely impossible. A few extraneous luxuries cut here and there, and you could see things working out, sure. But there's a slight problem that's been making you waver this whole time. One you simply can't ignore. That problem being that you just can't trust this cat. Yeah. Dot. It sounds ridiculous even in your head. Deja vu, we've been in this place before. Cats don't require trust to care for. They're incapable of betrayal or deception specifically because, like other animals, they only seek out the most basic essentials of living, procreation, and comfort. Malice isn't something that could ever logically be applied to them, and yet, you feel it. That behind that gut-wrenchingly adorable face is something dangerous, and that something brought you here. It called you here. You're a curious person, but even you can't shake the deep, instinctual desire to get away from it, 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 get away from it. You. Cat. The cat's face looks blank. It's an expression you've seen on many cats before, but something about it feels sharper, smarter, more cunning, more aware. Like it's aware of your thoughts and your intention to leave. And it's daring you to try. You slowly stand up. The cat tracks your movement with its eyes, not bothering to move its head. You don't say a word. You try not to even think. Get away from it, get away from it, get away from it, get away from it, get away from it. Dot. Though you don't really succeed. You turn around and quickly leave the alley, feeling those sharp eyes on you the whole way. When you get a good distance away, you finally take in deep gulps of air. Pant, pant, pant. Dot. You feel better now, and there's plenty of time left to enjoy your day off. Dot. As long as you forget everything that just happened. But what to do? I think I'll... Interesting. Something's going on here. I think I'll go to the dog park. You decide to take a stroll in the park or something. The only one within walking distance for the day is the nearby dog park. You think it'll make you feel better. You get to see a cute cat, and now you get to see a cute dog. Several of them, in fact. The park is bustling with owners and their canine companions, playing frisbee, fetch, running, jumping, even napping. Dogs are disgusting, they should all just die. What? That caught me off guard so badly, I was just like, what? You decide to move on. The dogs are all so adorable. You want to pet every single one you come across, but you know not all owners are cool with strangers manhandling their pets. Not all dogs appreciate it. You have to wait very long. You stop as the smallest, cutest puppy you've ever seen scampers up to you, blocking your path. Puppy. This is very different. Dot. You pick up the puppy and... What? What the... How did you get back here? Dot. Get away from it, get away from it, get away from it, get away from it. You leave the alley quickly. What now? Go to the carnival. You spend the day at the carnival. Ferris wheel, roller coaster, ferro boat, rides you've been on before, hoops, coin toss, balloon darts, games you've played before, funnel cake, popcorn, cotton candy, food you've eaten before, all things you've enjoyed before. You're surrounded by groups of people all having fun together, laughing, playing, eating, taking pictures, making memories, and then there's you. The sun hasn't set yet. You wonder if you should just go home for the day. When you stop in your tracks, there's a mirror maze. Something you haven't seen before. Sounds lame. There's not even a line. But there's not much else to do besides enter the maze. Or in other words, exam et retenez. You enter the maze. You stupid cat. The cat's face looks Get away from it, get away from it, get away from it. You leave the alley quickly. What now? Watch a movie. Been a while since a film came out that you wanted to watch, so we go to the less noisy one. Go to the old theatre. Buy a ticket from the old man. Hit inside, dots. Ooh, the cat ain't too happy. The cat's face looks. Get away from it, get away from it. You leave the alley quickly. What now? Go watch a movie. Go to the new cinema, you don't know why, but you really don't feel like it's a great idea to be alone right now. We go inside. Dots. Jesus. Whoa. The cat's face looks. It's. Get away from it, get away from it, get away from it. Meow 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 to you too, you stupid cat. Dots. You leave the alley quickly. Dots. What now? Think I'll go home. Wait. Haven't you done this before? You feel sick. Looking around, you suddenly realize that unlike earlier, there isn't a single person in sight. You're alone. You're completely alone. So why do you feel like you're being watched right now? Dots. You feel your heartbeat start to race. You need to get home. Now. You walk back home, the feeling of eyes on your back getting worse with each step. By the time you're fumbling with the keys at your door, you're soaked through with cold sweat. Your skin prickles and itches. The heavy gaze you feel might as well be eyeballs physically pressing into your flesh. Sticky and unnatural. You finally get inside and... The weight of relief in the sigh that escapes through your lips actually causes you to physically shudder, and the horrible feeling from earlier immediately dissipates as if it were never there. In the wake of his departure, you're left shaking and cold in your sweat-soaked clothes, but you're too relieved to care. Exhausted, you mentally pass on the very concept of eating and head straight for your bedroom. You open the door intending to pass out and... Dots. Alright, cat, we've got to do something about you. Not again. No. Do you know what this cat design reminds me of? Minato Aqua's cat design. No. You back up in fear, eyes trained on the cat and his horrifying grin. You need to escape, you need to get out. But if even home isn't safe anymore, where will you go? You risk a glance around you and... You see that the walls all around you have become fleshy, lined with sharp teeth. Hold up. I think this might be the scene from the alleyway just reused. Just saying. The ground now a tongue writhing at your feet. In horror, you realize that the alley's entrance is getting smaller and smaller. Oh, okay, we teleported back. Closing, like a mouth. You try to run for the exit. Nowhere to hide, nowhere to hide, nowhere to hide, nowhere to hide, nowhere to hide. But trying to run on the tongue slows your speed significantly as you stumble and trip. No. You watch hopelessly as the last sliver of light from the entrance tightens beyond the sides you could never hope to squeeze through. As darkness falls over you, you feel the damp humidity of the mouth all around you. The walls of teeth, fangs. Take their time closing in, closer and closer, and... Ending 23 feedback loop. We are going to feed the cat. The cat must be hungry, right? You can't imagine that it's had much to eat if it's attached to this box that it's in, though it doesn't exactly seem malnourished either. Then again, could it be that it's in a box to hide its bottom half of its body, which could be just Cthulhu? Oh no, wait, hold on, we've seen this cat sitting before, which means it isn't a demon per se, it's just a very smart, intelligent, evil thing. But it has supernatural powers, so yes, it's a demon. Surely it must have left the box to search for food then. Dots. For some reason, something in the back of your mind tells you that's not the case, and try not to think of it any further. You can't exactly enjoy your day out knowing you left behind a hungry cat, especially when you could have done something to help. So, what to do about the hungry kitty? The hell's this? Not yet. So, is that an option that I don't have yet? I wonder what it could be. I wonder, given the state of this game, or the type of game that it is, if it's to kill the cat because if it's hungry and malnourished and is struggling to survive, would killing the cat make sense? I mean, no, it's too crazy, right? Check pockets. You dig into your pockets. You find a small piece of string in your left pocket, not very helpful. The string is far too short. An eager and excited cat leaping for it could easily lead to you being bitten and scratched, and you'll have rabies. In your right pocket, a bar of chocolate. You find a chocolate bar. Is it? Nope, it's not even expired. Quite the find indeed. You're about to offer it to the cat. When suddenly you're hit with guilt as you remember something gut-curdling. Chocolate is toxic to cats. Oh my gosh, you resist the urge to vomit at your near mistake. You feel so guilty you throw the chocolate bar away into a nearby trash bin. An almost cat killer doesn't deserve chocolate. You go back to the cat, barely able to stand its innocently oblivious expression. Meow. Meow to you too, you stupid thing. It doesn't even know that you almost... I'm so sorry, I don't even know what to say. Meow. Dot. You're a horrible person. You know what? Stay there. I'll be right back. Meow. You leave the alley. You return with a whole fish you bought at the nearby grocery shop. It was a bit pricey, but it was the least you could do. The cat eagerly accepts your offering, munching happily at the fish after you placed it in the box. Meow meow meow. You want to smile at the sight, but you just feel so awful. Sorry again. The cat seemingly pays you no mind as you slip back out of the alley. Not feeling like you deserve a peaceful day out, you decide to just head back home. On your way home, you notice more cats than usual, watching you from their hiding spots. But you try not to think about it. Can't help but wonder if they know what you nearly done, but it's not like you meant to hurt anyone. Right? No, definitely not. We were definitely gonna feed you that chocolate and I would not have regretted it. I would have force-fed you that chocolate, you stupid cat. Dot. You finally reach your apartment building. You're about to unlock the door when... You look behind you only to see dozens of cats standing there looking at you. Did they see you feeding the cat in the alley and thought you had more food for all of them? I'm sorry, I don't have any more food for you. None of them move an inch. You're starting to feel a little unnerved and finally a single cat pushes its way to the front and... Oh boy. It's interesting. I like how it kind of read our minds in that sense. How it's like, oh, in a way you did want to feed us that chocolate. And even though you had that thought, we feel like we need to punish you. Oh, it's you. Oh, it's... Held carefully between its teeth is the chocolate bar you'd thrown away earlier. It places the chocolate bar down in front of it before looking back up at you. All the cats look up at you. You can feel the judgment. Oh, but we haven't sinned, have we? We're just removing one demon from this earth. You feel your sins weighing down heavily on your back, but without the money to buy enough food for all of them, you don't know what to do. Beg for forgiveness. You collapse to your knees and bow down low as you start to earnestly beg for their forgiveness. I'm so sorry, I swear. I'd do anything to make it up to all of you, but you're out of options, suddenly. Choke? You feel something stir in your stomach and swim its way up to your throat. closing off your airway as it tries to force its way out of your esophagus. Bleh. It finally succeeds with aid from your helpless gagging. Are we producing a cat? Bleh. That. Huh. What the? Lying on the ground in front of you. A fish? Is a flopping fish. You just threw up a living fish. What the hell? Yeah, what the what? The cats come rushing forward, all tearing hungrily at the fish. You're happy to finally be of help, truly, but how? Bleh. You threw up another fish. Bleh. And another. Bleh. And another. Bleh. And your stomach hurts. You're getting dizzy. You fall to your knees. Tears and snot are streaming down your face by the time you cough up a final, tiny, bloody fish and collapse forward. Your throat and stomach both burn in a way that feels dangerous. You start to fade out. Despite the pain, you strangely feel a more overwhelming sense of hopeful pride that you've made up for your disgusting actions, that you've been forgiven. The sounds of happy cats munching away at their fish fills your ears. Then you feel something being nudged into your hand. What is it? It feels like it's the bar of chocolate you found in your pocket. Ah, you fucking cat. Nuts. You smile weakly. You've successfully atoned, but you don't really have the strength to eat your reward. Sadly, the last taste in your mouth as you leave this mortal coil doesn't get to be that of chocolate, but raw fish. Ending 24. Fishing for pardon. Alright, let's go inside. You decide to cut your losses and head inside. Your sins weigh down on you, but you're only human. What more can you do? Is it possible that this cat is just making us feel really, really guilty? It could be possible that it's using its supernatural powers to influence the way we think, the way we behave. Jeez. You try to ignore the yowling of the neighborhood cats as you go about your chores. You consider preparing dinner, but how could you possibly enjoy it knowing how hungry those poor cats are outside, the ones you've wronged? You decide to take a bath and go straight to bed without dinner, a fitting punishment for someone like you. You forgo the fancy bath bubbles because you don't deserve them and sink into the water with a sigh. Your mind races, but you can't really think of any immediate solution that doesn't require more money. You wish there was something, anything you could do to make things right. Suddenly, it emerges from the water. Your legs start to feel really itchy. Are we transforming into a fish? You try to lift one to see what's going on, but what raises out of the water isn't a pair of legs. It's a fish tail. We're a merman. It's a fish tail. You feel dizzy at the sight. Maybe you're hallucinating from the stress. You try to climb out of the tub to cool your head, but instead of your hand raising up to brace itself, it's a fin. A wet fin stretches out to plop on the rim. It's too weak to hold your weight, and you're so startled by the sight. What? Oh, we hit the floor. That you slip and smack your head on the side of the bathtub, passing out almost immediately. You're awake, you think. Anyway, you open your eyes and you're underwater. You must have slid beneath the surface of the bathwater. You gasp instinctively, except not really. We're breathing. Are we? A bubble simply floats out of your mouth, up to the surface. You're broke as heck, so you know your bathtub isn't that big. Did you shrink? But how? And even if there were a reasonable answer, it wouldn't explain how you haven't drowned yet. You swim to the edge of the tub and see the truth in your shadow silhouette. You've been turned into a fish? We've been reverse pseudo isekai. This isn't possible. You don't get any time to ponder over this, unfortunately, because just then, a shadow looms over you from above. You look up and see the cat. It peers down at you from beyond the water's surface. And then you realize, this is the answer. We are the sacrifice. This is how you're meant to atone. With a heavy heart, you swim up to the surface. Yay, cat, yay. And we're dead. The cat scoops you up, tossing you out of the tub and onto the bathroom tiles. As you flop around, gasping for air or water, you realize the cat wasn't alone. Dozens of hungry eyes peer down at you. You can hear the yowling of what sounds like hundreds of cats outside your bathroom window. You send one last look at the cat before closing your eyes and accepting your fate. As the cats descend upon you, tearing at your flesh, you find yourself mourning the fact that you're not even big enough to feed all of them. Oh, even in the end, you couldn't properly atone. Your efforts, your life, all of it, amounted to nothing. No, you fed a couple cats a little bit, maybe you helped them survive one more day. I guess you should be proud of that. Ending 25. Seafood sacrifice. Look around the area. You glance around the dark, dingy alley, and only see garbage bags, trash bins, empty cardboard boxes, and scattered litter here and there. If there were anything for the cat to eat, surely you would have found it by now, right? But you don't want to give up so easily. You keep looking. You look and only see garbage. You sniff and only smell garbage. You listen. Scritch, scritch. You just barely make out the sound of faint scurrying by a trash bin a few feet away. Quietly, oh so quietly, you creep over to the bin and you lunge. Crash! You weren't very graceful in your attempt. You'd stumbled and knocked over a stack of nearby boxes full of more trash, but as you stand up, grasped in your hand is a rat. Is a small mouse. Squeak, squeak, little buddy, you're about to become dinner. The mouse squeaks and shrieks in distress, wriggling and struggling desperately in your grip. You're holding it so tightly and carefully for it to be able to bite or scratch you, though. It wears itself out eventually and looks up at you with black eyes. It's completely at your mercy, and very soon at the mercy of a cat. Well, we've put all the effort into this. Feed it to the cat. The mouse looks scared, as if it can sense your intentions. How can the animals understand how we're feeling? How can they appreciate our emotions? Okay, of course they can, but how can they read our minds? That's what I was supposed to say, really, but in my head I'm just all jumbled. Oh, you poor thing, you look so stressed, oh my god. Alright, whoever was the artist for this, oh my god, you're really good. Especially for this rat, like I haven't felt anything more in this game than for this rat. Oh no, it even moves. It weakly starts to struggle again. The mouse is reluctant. Oh god. Feed it to the cat. Go, I'm sorry mouse, we need endings. Dot, you feed the mouse to the cat. Meow. The cat tears it apart instantly. Oh, you poor thing. Ah, shit. The mouse's pain squeaks and squeals pierce through you until they're abruptly cut off. Satisfied, the cat meows happily at you, red tinting its fangs. Meow, meow to you too. The cat curls up in its now blood-stained box and goes to sleep. You take the chance to leave. A well-fed cat will likely follow you home after all, and cute as the cat is, you really can't afford a pet right now. Still feeling a little guilty about the mouse, you decide to just go home. Lots and lots of dots. We're not going to say anything? Nothing? Nothing. After a long walk home, you finally enter your apartment. You head straight through your room and collapse on your bed, falling into a fitful sleep. Later, you wake up. Scritch, scritch. Oh, are you kidding me? Now the mice are after us? Ugh, come on. To squeaking and scurrying noises all around you, so loud and constant they sound like screams in the darkness of your room. You see the shifting shadows of hundreds of mice surrounding your bed. You try to run, but they nip at our toes. Ah! But you cry out as twin lances of pain race up your legs. You fall off the bed in your attempt to escape, the hordes of mice dodging you as you crash to the ground. You can't stand up. Looking back and squinting in the dark, you just about make out the source of your pain. The flesh and tendons of your heels and ankles are mangled. Oh, they've bitten the crap out of us. Bitten through your socks. No, leave me alone. Desperate, you crawl with only your arms towards the door. The mice descend upon you, biting into your skin, gnawing away pieces of you. You start to fade in and out of consciousness, but you still reach up for the doorknob. Your arm heavy, weighed down by the mice clinging to it with little claws and tiny teeth. You manage to jostle the knob enough for the door to slowly swing open. Flop. Oh, come on. Is that our arm? That's our right arm. What if this is just a whole ploy to get the rats to come out, then the cat come and attack the rats? I mean, that makes sense. But your outstretched arm suddenly falls to the ground, lifeless. The mice manage to chew through your flesh and bone of your now dismembered limb. As a few mice creep towards to curiously inspect your arm, you stare blankly at it for a moment before sliding your gaze up. In the newly opened doorway sits a familiar-looking mouse. It stares at you, the darkness in its beady black eyes. You can't begin to measure their depth. Oh, it's not happy at all. Well, I'm sorry. Circle of life. Dot. Know the hatred pouring out from within them. All of it. Aimed at you. Huh. You collapse, head hitting the floor as your other arm is eaten away as well. You're not sure how you're still conscious. The pain should be indescribable, and yet you just feel a cold sense of loss. The mice have clustered along your back now, gnawing and ripping their way between your shoulder blades. Into your back, into your chest. You weakly cough up blood. They must have damaged something important. Feel something being pulled out of you. And in between the moments that blankets of darkness fade out your vision, we see our intestines. Splat. You hear something wet flop on the ground in front of you. You pry your eyes open and see it in front of the mouse. Weirdly shaped, red with your blood pulsing and... Oh, that's your heart, isn't it? The other mice all descend upon it, abandoning your half-eaten body. You're losing a lot of blood. You feel sleepy, but you also feel... anger. Yes, so much anger. Release it all in the form of a nuclear blast. How dare they? How dare they? The last thing you see before your vision fails you is a pair of glowing eyes leering in from the darkness beyond the doorway. You can hear squeaks and shrieks of terror all around you. Low yowls, deep snarls, gnashing teeth, tearing flesh. As your remaining senses leave you, you smile weakly with the loss of your strength, when something with soft, slightly damp and sticky fur nuzzles your cheek. Good kitty. Interesting. Is this the only time when the cat will come and actually be on our side? I mean, yes, we die, and yes, the mice have also got supernatural powers. But the cat being on our side? That's pretty cool. Okay. I click load. Well, what is this? What is this? Hmm? I'm sorry. What? I'm so sorry. I was just so tired of everything. Not you. Never you. But I couldn't be the person you deserve, couldn't ever hope to be. You were so amazing, smart and talented and independent. You shined. But in comparison, damn it. So stupid. So worthless. But when it approached me, it didn't tell me that it wanted me. It needed me. Maybe that's what I wanted all along. Wanting could be so fleeting, but to be needed. There was nothing I wouldn't give to have someone tell me that I mattered to them, that they needed me. Huh? You're walking? Right, of course. It's the first time in a while that you felt like going out. And you're actually glad that you did. The weather is absolutely perfect today. That's a good sign, right? Maybe your luck is finally starting to turn around. You tentatively allow yourself to feel excited for the possibilities of where you could go or what you could do. Maybe even who you could meet. You're so deep in thought that you almost miss it. Huh? What was that? Loose debris, meow meow, cat. The most ethereal light of the alley. At the end of the alley in a big cardboard box. There's a cat. What was that? What was that? That wasn't in the beginning. This is just the beginning part. But that initial kind of dialogue wasn't. What does that have to do with anything though? Maybe we'll find out later, but that's insane. Skip forward, we find the mouse. Okay, spare the mouse. Meow. Are you sure? Yeah, spare the mouse. Feed you chocolate, you stupid cat. Eat chocolate. Meow. You can hear the cat's stomach growling. It must be so hungry. It must be starving. Spare the mouse. The mouse is cuter. That's. Meow to you too, you stupid cat. Get over it. You know the cat is hungry. Why are you hesitating? You caught prey for the cat's sake, didn't you? No, I caught the prey to make it my pet. Are you really going to value the life of a filthy rodent more than the cat? Spare the mouse. Oh boy. Jump scare time. Oh, oof, that's loud. Dots. You're mocking me, aren't you? Well, I should give you a voice, shouldn't I? Nah, you're good. You're mocking me, aren't you? Last chance. Hand over the prey. Now. Spare the mouse. Dots. You let the mouse go. It scurries away, squeezing into a tiny hole in the wall. Alright, mouse, you better remember my favor to you. You better come back and save me from this cat. I believe in numbers. Power in numbers. Oh, I hope you didn't hear my stomach growling. That would be really embarrassing. I believe in... I'm gonna continue my tirade. I believe in numbers. Power in numbers. You will need to bring your friends to kill this cat, and I believe you can do it. You're all supernatural beings, and I have faith in your powers. But you don't pay much mind. You don't flinch as a giant claw paw. What? You don't flinch as a giant clawed paw slowly falls in front of you, blocking your path to the alley's entrance. Not that you had any delusions about escaping. The cat is hungry after all. You close your eyes in acceptance as the paw gently pulls you back, and chomp. Ending 26, a life spared for a life taken. Aha! It's opened up. Blood. That's so cool. Oh my god, that's so cool. I'm just Wow! A lot of effort has gone to this. This is amazing. Like, if I click save, right? If you look at this bottom one here, the bottom left-hand corner save file, it's still got question marks on it. But if I click on it, it should turn to blood. Yes, blood. See that? That's cool. It's changed. Blood. Meow. The cat lets out a sad, pleading little sound. It's hungry. It must be starving, so... You look around and see a nearby shard of glass. Your body moves as if it knows what to do, what needs to be done. We've been here before. You take the shard and... Ooh, boy. Why would you? Why would you do that? I don't know, to feed the cat, because it's cute and it likes blood. It likes human blood. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You carefully hold your finger over the cat. Dark red blood beads at the wound. Oh my god. Before growing heavy enough to drip into the cat's open, waiting jaws. It mewls happily at you. Meow to you too, you stupid cat. You smile warmly and lower your hand into the box, stroking the cat's cheek before letting it lap gently at your bleeding finger. When the flow gets weak and the cat meows for more, you squeeze below the wound, coaxing more blood out. You feel a strange but welcome sense of comfort from the odd exchange. A being other than yourself was hungry, and you were able to provide it sustenance, a small wrong in the world made right. Even if so strangely done, and only temporarily. Ironically, it's at that moment that you start to feel dizzy. You didn't think you were losing that much blood. You slump against the cat's box and listen to it mewl in distress. Meow, meow, my blood bag. My blood bag is dying. If it dies, I don't get more blood. Meow. You think it sounds worried about you, or at least you'd like to think so. It could just want more blood as well. The cat hops out of the box and into your lap, nuzzling at your stomach and meowing unhappily. You wish you could ease its concerns, but it's not like you can just talk to each other. You can't help but try to remember the last time you talked to anyone, actually. If you were to die here and now in this alley, how long would it take for someone to realize you were missing, that you were gone? Meow, says the cat. Your thoughts are interrupted when the cat yowls loudly, tensing up in your lap. You don't have time to wonder why as a voice rings out from the entryway of the alley. Hello? Hey, you. Are you alright? You don't answer. You don't think you can. Your voice feels locked away deep, deep within you. The cat looks up at you with a long stare, as if assessing you. It looks back towards the voice with a final nuzzle to your stomach. It hops out of your lap, walking towards the alley's entrance, but then... it starts to shift. Huh? Crack? Huh? It's Two-Face. Judas? His face opens up. Crack. It peels back. It opens... what? And opens again? Writhing tendrils peeking out from where you think its mouth should be. The stranger's... oh my god. The stranger's silhouette freezes in the light beyond the alley. What the hell is... but they don't have the chance to finish their question. Because they're grabbed and consumed, the tendrils converge into one, before shooting out of the cat's jaws. Oh my god, and piercing into the stranger's shoulder. Ah! Ah! They let out a pained cry, a fearful yell. They claw at the tendrils, trying to pull them loose, but to no avail. You can't seem to process their screams. You stare at the creature before you, so different from the cat who mewled out of concern for you earlier. Let the cat feed. Are you hungry, cat? Well, if you can't have me, you can have someone else. Someone help me. Help! Help. I'm being cat feed. That. You look away as the creature devours the stranger, draining them until they're nothing but a husk of bones, skin, and clothes heaped on the floor. You feel awful, but What could you do? The creature is also a living being. Shouldn't it be allowed to eat what it needs to? Does it not also have a right to do what it must to survive? No, it's a demon. It's evil. It's not even a real creature, it's just a mythical thing that's been brought to life. You ignore the voice in the back of your head that questions if there could have been another way. It's not like you tried to see if it could eat anything other than blood. Human blood. Now did you? Well, we did. But we are also aware that you like human blood, so we offered you blood instinctively anyway because deja vu. The creature purrs as it rubs its side into your arm. You realize that after a bit of rest, you've already started feeling better. But you also think that something inside you feels a little bit broken too. You're just not quite sure what it is yet. You stand and hold out your arms. Still hungry. Cat is so happy. The creature trills happily and hops into your outstretched arms. Let's go then, yeah? Brrr. You leave the alley together. You go out into the world together. The cat is hungry, and it will be hungry often from now on. Very often. Screams of fear and terror follow you both wherever you go, and without thoughts of care or concern for any of it, you just stand back and watch. Ending 29, All You Can Eat Blood Fae. You know what? It reminds me of the stranger that you meet in the theater, and that stranger that you meet in the theater could also be one of the people who the cat decided to make friends with. And I mean, we're kind of holding it the same way, like cradling the cat. I don't know. Let's, stop the cat. You can't. You can't let this happen. You shakily crawl forward. You weakly grab at the conjoined tendrils that pulse as they drain the stranger's blood. When you tug as firmly as you're able, the tendrils pulsing halts and the cat turns to you. It makes a strange trilling noise that sounds like a question, but you have no answer. You can't even understand the question, so you simply scoop up the creature, the cat, cradling it in your arms. You gaze almost longingly at the light beyond the alley's entrance. You don't know what's going on, but you just can't sit by and watch someone else be eaten so viciously. Not when they've tried to see if you're okay. Not when you could offer yourself instead. Because after the sounds of shoes hastily scuffling on the pavement fades into the distance, it feels thin, almost like a needle, so the pain passes quickly as your body adjusts to the intrusion. You're sure it wasn't so thin when it skewered through the stranger's shoulder earlier. But as you feel your blood leave your body slowly as if it's being pumped out, it gets harder to think and your vision starts to fail you. The creature in your arms makes a soft sound. You hold it tightly and closely to you as your weak arms can manage. This is fine. You're okay with this. You don't know if this will change anything. Surely the cat will get hungry again at some point after you're gone and no longer an option. But at least this time, you were able to save someone. 28. Personal Care Package. Alright, I'm gonna have to end this one there. So far, this game is blowing my mind. That there's some really fun, interesting, crazy outcomes. Some just absolutely wacky endings. And for some reason our character keeps throwing themselves into harm's way. Like surely you wouldn't want to. I mean, they're not necessarily throwing themselves into harm's way, but surely you wouldn't want to willingly offer yourself up to the cat. But as I've kind of said before, I think the cat is manipulating us to a degree. And to another degree, the character, the MC that is also quite a vulnerable individual. I don't think he's in the right state of mind, so he just kind of offers himself up to the cat anyway, thinking that it will serve a higher purpose, or that him offering himself to the cat is him serving a higher purpose, for the sake of nature or for the sake of a life, whatever it is. Anyway, so far, so very cool. My name is Mayhemstar, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Bye.